How's it going, everybody? Welcome to OP Entertainment. I'm Omar Darwish.
And I'm Pratik Cherian.
And this is our review of Send Help, first review of 2026, Pratik.
Let's get it.
You know, we usually start January with either a good horror movie or a terrible movie. This was really good. I like this. Directed by Sam Raimi, starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien.
Nice. I think this is the first movie I've seen Dylan O'Brien in, unless
Really?
I'm forgetting something.
Well, I mean, he really only did, like, The Maze Runner? And
yeah.
He was just in, the Anniversary or something last year?
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
I watched him on Teen Wolf growing up as a kid, so I thought he was great. This was great for him. Different role from Rachel McAdams. Like, first of all, spoiler free. Different role for Rachel McAdams than I've ever seen in my life. At first I was like, what is she doing? A Milton from Office Space here?
Especially like in one of the first scenes, it has like a character like leaning over her.
Okay, I'm so glad you said this. I was
Yeah.
like, I don't see enough like office workplace commentary like stuff. Is everything shot like Office Space? Because they're not even like cubicles per se, and he's still like, hey, working on those TPS reports.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, interesting. But other than that, what'd you think of this movie, Pratik?
You know, I liked it more than I didn't, but there's a lot in there.
There's some Sam Raimi.
There's some
right?
Sam Raimi isms in there. They're
kind of tucked away though, right? Until
I think to me, one of the things is I feel like this movie would be better if it knew what kind of movie it was trying to be. Like it kind of dabbled in a lot of different spaces, and some of them worked better than others.
Interesting. Okay, so I think that starting off, I thought this movie was going to be a little more serious, and then I was like, oh no, it's a Sam Raimi movie. So I do think that it decides what it wants to be. I just think it doesn't really decide until after the first act.
Sure.
So maybe that's at least how I felt about it. This might be my favorite Sam Raimi movie. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. I haven't seen everything. I've seen like Evil Dead and maybe the last Doctor Strange movie and one other thing, but this was great. I think he hides his like. First of all, he's got like one person who clearly does like face effects makeup that he's had for the past like 30 years that he just has to get like this certain like messed up like bloody gross
that
look.
particular look. Yes, it's
if you're thinking of a certain look, it's that look. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But there's some gross stuff in here, but yeah, I mean you can come to expect that. Kind of like Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, you know that you're gonna get some like uneasy stuff. With this, it's kind of the same way, but it's played up for laugh. And I think it really works.
Yeah, I think the humor of it, again, it is Sam Raimi. The humor of it, I think, works a lot more than some of his stuff, I think.
I agree.
So,
yeah,
I think, the humor works for a good majority of it. Some of the dialogue feels a little clunky, especially at the beginning. But again, it's just kind of, it's Sam Raimi. We're not here for, excellent dialogue.
Good actors and actresses delivering this stuff, so it works. But I think if you put this stuff in the hands of, like, someone lesser, it's not going to
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's hard to really, dig into this movie because so much of the fun of it is the twists and turns.
Yeah. And this movie's kind of tongue-in-cheek in a way.
A little bit,
right?
yeah. Yep. I guess, we probably should have actually said what it's about at the beginning.
Yeah, sure. So Dylan O'Brien, or I guess Rachel McAdams is the main character. She's looking to get promoted at her job. Dylan O'Brien is the new head CEO at this company because
he's a jerk, but he invites her on this particular trip, and then as they're going on the trip, the plane crashes and they're washed up on this deserted island.
Yeah, and there's some character choices that I thought were questionable, and that's throughout the whole movie, but it kind of, makes sense towards the end. Twists and turns in this movie, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Hard to talk about this one without giving it all away.
Very, very hard to talk about. Movie comes out January 30th.
Yeah.
But and you know what? I think it's not like there's a ton out in theaters right now. I think this is a fun watch. I feel like our theater was reacting at different moments, like it wasn't the same people reacting. So I thought that was fun. Good start to the year.
What do you think? What are your gripes with this movie?
I mean, one of them is kind of hard to talk about without spoiling, but I mean, I think it is just
character decisions.
Yeah, some of the character decisions. But yeah, like I said, I think it's just some of the unevenness as we start shifting genres a little bit.
Some stuff's a little unrealistic, even for how tongue-in-cheek some of this stuff is. But seeing these characters bounce off each other, these two actors and actresses, I guess, are incredible. I would have seen it. It was kind of long, kind of paced a little uneven, but I would have taken another 30 minutes just because I liked their chemistry.
I felt like there were a handful of scenes where the way it faded in and faded out, I'm like, oh, you could have just cut this. Like, I don't know why this was
Yeah,
here.
because especially you want a scene to like transition into another scene.
Yeah,
and it felt like it just blacks out.
Yeah,
and
there's
goes
some
into-
hard cut in. The scene is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Hard cut out, and it's like, just get rid of it, dude.
Yeah,
Like, why is it here?
It's not a masterpiece. It's not a perfect movie, but
No.
there's some good stuff in there. It's definitely a fun time. I would recommend still going to see it in theaters. You could wait for streaming, I suppose, but I think this works better.
I think it's one that will be enjoyable in theaters, but it's also like I could recommend this to someone to just throw on, you know?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I feel like it's one of those movies that kind of works both, and I feel like most people are going to, if they see it, or it's going to be streaming.
I guess
so.
all the moments. I mean, if I was Sam Raimi, I would have wanted to be in the theater that we were in because I felt like all the moments where you'd want an audience reaction, like you said, it was getting audience reactions from different pockets of the theater, and so I was like, okay, he clearly like wrote this with everyone in mind, and I don't know, it's a fun movie. This movie's a fun movie, and I think that's sometimes not a great review, but it really is fun. So
Yeah, I had a good time. You want to score it?
it's tough. I'm thinking 8 out of 10. I don't.
Okay.
It feels kind of low, but it also feels kind of high. So
Yeah.
yeah, Dylan O'Brien was great. Rachel McAdams, again, I've never seen her in a role like this. Like, oh, she's never looked like this or sounded like this. Or at first I was like, is she just doing like an accent or like an impersonation or like an impression or something? But
Yeah.
it got into more of no, this is just how her character is, and yeah, I liked it.
Oh yeah. No, I'm with you. I was waffling between a 6 or a 7, but I think by the end of the movie, I
Can
was
we leave
firmly
6,
in 7.
7 in 2025 fatigue? I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, fatigue.
I'm gonna give it a 7. I thought it was fun. Again, I thought that while there are some scenes that are unnecessary and there are some character choices that I didn't love, overall it was more fun than not. I had a good time, and that's what this is all about sometimes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, if you're going into this for like a really fleshed out supporting cast, you're not gonna get that.
No, it's 2 characters on an island, and it's 2 characters on an island.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
Good time.
All right.
I'm here for the rest of 2026. Let's go.
Let's go. No idea what we're bringing to you.
Yeah, I was
next.
gonna say,
We'll
see you next week when
We're
we have
kind of
hopefully
flying.
something.
Yeah, flying by the seat of our pants. But it is what it is. We'll see you guys then.
See you guys.